What is up, you guys? So I decided to do a full day of eating in a more quarantine-based setting with lower calories to kind of show you guys what I do and what I would recommend for all of you guys to do. Since now that you guys aren't really being obviously as active, probably not burning as many calories, regardless of whether you're working out or not. So I'm gonna show you guys a few things and show you all my meals for today, and yeah, let's get into it. I just forgot that I didn't actually film my first meal of the morning, which is 2 whole eggs and a half cup of egg whites and a half cup of oatmeal with a 35 grams of blueberries. So yeah, you guys can just imagine what that looks like for yourself. And yeah. All right. Here's the finished product here. Pretty simple. I like to mix it up. So I get some rice and fish in like each bite. Cause like plain old fish just by itself is kind of nasty. So that's what I like to do. But this is about 5.5 ounces of tilapia and a half cup of rice. So I'm trying to keep my carbs a little on the lower side. I'm trying to do more of a carb cycling thing right now, because obviously I'm not doing really much cardio. I'm focusing on lifting right now. So today's a lower carb day, so I'm going half cup of rice throughout the day. But I'm trying to keep the protein high to really try to preserve my muscle and try to see if I can build some muscle while I'm at it too. So so yeah, so this is the finished product here. Nice and simple, nothing special, but it gets the job done, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna down this in probably 30 seconds. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, guys, just finished the leg workout. It was pretty intense. It was great, but I decided not to film it because none of you guys really care about that. You guys want to kind of learn more about what I do nutritionally. So yeah, so I just worked out, just chugged my protein shake. I'm sorry I missed that. I missed filming it. You guys could have seen me pound it one pull. I know you guys like that, but unfortunately gonna have to go out without this one this time. But yeah, so I just downed the protein shake. I'm gonna have another meal within an hour and 20. So that's the one you guys are gonna see next, so stay tuned. All right, so we're back. It's been about hour and 10 actually since I drank my shake, and now on to the next meal, which is 5.5 ounces of chicken and 3 ounces of green beans and another half cup of rice. So keeping it lean, keeping it small, tight, while also trying to get huge. So you already know how it is. But yeah, so one thing I wanted to let you guys know is that at least for me, it's not too hard for me to grow muscle. It doesn't take a lot of calories. So I actually don't eat as much as people usually think. I do eat around 5 to 6 meals a day, but they are really not that big if you think about it. And they're all within 300 to 400 calories each. So I'm really not getting that many calories in. But yeah, I'm trying to do a little lean bulk here. But one thing I want you guys to pay attention to is how much you were eating before the quarantine and what you're eating now. If you're eating the same amount of food, that can lead you to start gaining body fat and all that kind of stuff. Because your metabolism is going to be slower now that you guys are not as active. I mean, some of you might be running more than you ever used to, or bike riding or whatever, and that's good. That's great. So what I would recommend is keep the protein high. Don't really lower it too much. Lower it maybe by 5 to 10%, if that. If you guys are doing like body weight workouts. And then I would try to lower your carbs a little bit too, because you really don't need the fuel to get you through the workouts, really, because you're not using heavy weights and all that kind of stuff. And so I would do that, and just monitor it. It's really up to
you know, you guys, like, it's really up to the individual. So if you notice you're dropping weight, or, you know, you can see you're shrinking or you're gaining weight or whatever it is, you can kind of gauge that, and that'll really tell you, you know, what you need to do with your diet. If you're gaining weight, you need to lower your calories a little bit, you know, and I would lower it by probably no more than probably 100 to 200 calories, you know, per week, maybe, to like kind of, so you don't like go in too much of a calorie deficit, so you don't just start feeling like crap and whatnot. So that's what I've been doing. I've been like gradually lowering my calories just a little bit, while still getting enough protein for my body to absorb and potentially build muscle with. So while keeping the calories relatively low, not too high. I'm not in too much of a caloric surplus. I'm actually in a minor deficit, to be honest with you guys. So, you know, it's all up to the individual. I'll keep updating you guys with my meals, but I'm gonna down this because I'm starving. So enough with the jibber jabber.
What is up, everybody? We're back again with another meal a couple hours later. Pretty simple again. Chicken, and I actually put a little bit of tilapia in there too to kind of mix it up. Little mini fusion thing going on here. But yeah, so about 5.5 ounces of protein and another half cup of rice. We're going a little low today. And I decided to go sort of low, not only because of the quarantine and because I'm not really burning as many calories, but also because I'm trying to bring up my my carb and insulin sensitivity back and ramping up and whatnot. So lowering my carbs, sort of not really depriving my body of carbs, but just lowering them enough to where my body starts to become more efficient. And so when I start reintroducing more carbs later on, my body's gonna be like, oh my God, and soak in all the carbs and you know, be able to utilize them, utilize more instead of just putting it to waste and turning it into body fat or whatnot. So yeah, so I'm gonna pound this right now, and I'll let you guys in on the next meal. So see you guys then. What is up, you guys? Back for another, for the final meal actually, before I go to bed. It's 9:49. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 9:49. He's playing Call of Duty Warzone. Straight killing it. Trying to go pro, no big deal. But anyway, we have here 1.5 cups of egg whites. I just put a little bit of pepper on there, let it kind of cook in there, and then we're gonna take about half cup of your good old 1 minute oats. I like doing the 1 minute just because the oats are thinner for faster cooking. So that's really the only difference between old fashioned and like the old fashioned rolled and the 1 minute. That's the only real difference. So if you're lazy like me, get the 1 minute so it can cook fast in the microwave, nice and easy. Yeah, then I like to get about 35 grams of blueberries. You guys will see the finished product. I'll show you guys the finished product after all this. So, boom, boom. Life of a bodybuilder / physique competitor. Perfect frickin' measurement, baby. Beautiful. All right, guys. So here is the finished product. Now I got 1.5 cups of egg whites with some pepper, 35 grams of blueberries. These are the GH kind that are freaking huge. About half a cup of oatmeal. I definitely went a little over half a cup because that looks a little more than half a cup, but it's the off season, it's whatever. And then here's some peanut butter, obviously you can see, but the cool thing about this peanut butter is it's 28 calories per serving, which is 2 tablespoons. It's tremendous. I don't know if you guys can read that. 4.4 grams of fiber, 0 sugar, 7 grams of protein, just about 70 milligrams of sodium. Yeah, so basically, this is by Professor Nuts peanut butter. I'm sure some of you have seen that on Instagram. Some other influencers using it, eating it. But great thing about Professor Nuts is that not only is because it's really low calories, you can eat a little more of it than normal peanut butter without all the other calories. But the reason why it's 28 calories, 28 calories is because in the ingredients, they use a lower calorie peanut, roasted runner peanut, and also the dietary corn fiber, which prevents fats and carbs and like other kind of vitamins of sorts to be actually digested. So I guess you could say there's like a fat and carb blocker in this almost. So it prevents from most of the calories being actually absorbed with the corn fiber in there, which is kind of interesting. It's good for digestion. So it works for me. So it's nice. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. Really simple stuff, guys. It's nothing too complicated. But I personally like everything I eat, so it's not really much of a problem for me. But I know most of you guys aren't going to be too extreme with the whole diet stuff. But what I really want to stress is, it's not really about, it's not really like about dieting too hard, and getting super shredded and whatnot. Like I really think there's a fine balance between enjoying your food and living a lifestyle that's healthy and looking the way you want to look. But this is something I like to do, so I like to do it a little more extreme. But yeah, like I said before, during this whole quarantine thing, I really recommend you guys lower your calories a little bit. And one other thing is, I noticed a lot of people, especially that kid over there. Although he is a good cook and he does cook a lot. He does do like a lot of takeout and delivery and stuff, and I get it, supporting local businesses and whatnot over DoorDash and Postmates and all that. But now's not the time to really just order delivery and just eat fast food all the time because it's convenient. You can just get delivered. But I get it, it's easy. But now is the perfect time, I think, is to if you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. You can cook healthy, but delicious meals. There's plenty of recipes on there. I might have to make a video for you guys if you guys are really that desperate. but yeah, that's one thing I really wish, really hope that a lot of you sort of try to make a change. Use this time to improve yourself, but that sounds generic. Read a book, exercise, come up with a business idea. It doesn't really matter what you do. But one thing, if you're trying to switch up nutrition and fitness wise, sort of related with this whole thing, definitely, learn how to cook and, cook some homemade meals, wholesome meals, whole foods. It makes you happy. It's fun. It's something to do with people, whoever you're living with at home. So, and you feel better about yourself too, to be honest. After a while, at least for me, and I know it's me, but after eating fast food all the time, you just kind of feel icky, and so that's why I really think cooking food is always rewarding because you did it yourself, and you made it taste the way you want it to taste. And it's always fun to experiment, but yeah, so that's gonna be it for the video. I know I didn't show my breakfast in the morning, my first meal, but it's literally this. It's literally the same thing besides the egg whites. I do 2 whole eggs, like I said earlier, and half cup of egg whites. That's the only real difference. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned a little something. Hope you guys took something from this and will apply it. somehow nutritionally wise to your own life. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, like and subscribe for some more content, by the way. Like and subscribe. Okay, I'm making a lot of money on all 18 subscribers or whatever it is. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.